Okay. Good day, fellow Access Techies. I'm Ibrahim Olalekan, and I'm sure it will be very strange for you to hear my voice on this recording. And don't be worried, don't be bothered. We discovered that there was a glitch in the recording we did yesterday, and so there was a problem in the recording, and that's why I just have to do the makeup recording. And don't worry, you are not going to lose anything. Everything that you were taught yesterday will also be covered there, and you can also trust me that in this recording you are going to get Jara. That is the extra, hints and bonuses. Those that have been attending our previous classes, that I've handled, can attest to the fact that I'm a man of extra. So I will always give you extra points, extra bonuses. So I've come with my bag of bonuses, From time to time, I will be dropping it. So yesterday, the main instructor talked about different aspects of Python. So he talked about the different data types and the methods that you have on each of these data types. So the data types talked about yesterday include list, set, dictionary, tuple, strings, range, type, and many of them like that. So we'll look at it today as well, and just follow me as I'm demonstrating. So where do we start from? So let's start from what is called string slicing. String slicing. So if you want to know uh, what character is in a particular position, you want to get the character. So for instance, if you have Lekon and you want to know the third character in that name, Lekon, that is string slicing. If you also want to know the first letter or the last letter, so it's also part of what is called string slicing. So here, and yesterday, we worked primarily within the Python environment, not VS Code, Python environment. So to do that, I will go to my Windows PowerShell. I will open my Windows PowerShell. So I will go that now.
Start window, search box edit, B, level 1, Windows PowerShell, system, press right to switch preview 1 of 1.
So
Windows PowerShell terminal blank.
yeah.
PSC : users / access greater.
So, okay, let me slow down.
Rate boost on. Rate 20. Rate 10.
Okay.
PSC :
So now when you are in your PowerShell environment, so type py and hit the enter key to launch the Python environment.
py
Enter.
greater.
Okay, I think it has opened, but because I'm not getting feedback, I will relaunch it so that what I'm typing you will be hearing it. Let me just relaunch it. There's a problem.
Join converse.
Okay, let me do it again.
Start window. Search window. Windows PowerShell. Windows PowerShell. Tab control. Windows PowerShell terminal blank. Windows PowerShell.
Okay, yeah, this was the feedback that I didn't get. So now I will type py. Hit the enter key, you hear Python version.
Python 3.12.3 left paren.
Good. So now I'm inside the Python environment, so I can test my code, without having to write it inside the VS Code, and know that the implication of working in this environment is that it's a temporary memory. Once you close this environment, your work is gone. So if you know you want to save, it's better you write it in VS Code. So, but because it worked in this environment yesterday, and that's why I'm limited to also work here. So now so let's do a string. So, of course, string is just a collection of characters or a collection of letters. So here I will just do, let's say, name equals Lekon. Or okay, let me say name equals access tech. So I'll type name is the variable.
N-A-M-E, name, space, equals, space,
Then in quotes, access tech.
quote,
Then,
cap A, C, C, E, S, S, T, E, C, H,
then close quotes.
Atches stitch, quote,
That will hit the enter key.
greater, greater, greater,
Greater, greater, greater. So once you hear that, that means that line was there. It's free of error. So now I will just type name. I will type name and hit the enter key there to tell me what that variable is for or what the container contains. So I'll type name.
N-A-M-E,
Hit the enter key.
Atches stitch,
Access
greater, greater, greater,
access tech. Greater, greater, greater. So that means the variable name is name. The variable is name. The content is, or the value of the variable is access tech. So now for me to slice this string, so if I want to know the first letter in the string, I'll just, so to know the position, you use what is called index, string index. So index in Python, index start from zero. Start from zero. So the first position in a string, it always starts from zero. So because of that, I will type name,
N-A-M-E,
then square bracket,
name, left bracket,
0,
0,
then close the square bracket,
0, right bracket,
then hit the enter key.
A, greater, greater, greater,
A, greater, greater, greater. So that is A. So if I want to know the third character, so I will just do name. So now, okay, before I go do that, so because I said that when you are working in a Python environment or in a PowerShell environment, you can edit. So because I don't want to be typing and repeating, so I will just teach you how to edit what you've typed. So if you scroll up once, the last thing that you typed, you will see it.
greater, 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 name, left bracket, 0, right bracket,
So
name, left bracket, 0, right bracket,
so good. Name greater, greater, greater name, left bracket 0, right bracket. So if you left arrow once, it will land you on the close bracket.
right bracket,
Yes, yes, right bracket. It's also close bracket. So if you left arrow again,
0,
so you can left arrow to go to the beginning, or you press your home key. So your home key will take you to N, which is the beginning. So I'll press it now.
N,
N. So I can use my right arrow.
A, M, E, left bracket, 0,
So I can delete this 0 and put the third character,
right bracket,
the index for the third character. So I will delete the 0.
0,
So I will put the index for the third character is 4. Remember, I said 4 is 2. Let's see, 0, 1, 2. Yes. So 0, 1, 2. I will put 2.
2,
So see now.
2, left 2, right
So I
bracket,
will hit the enter key.
C, greater,
C.
greater, greater,
C. So remember access tag ACC. So that means the third character is C. So now, if I want to know the last character, I will use -1. -1. So I will go back and edit that line because I don't want to be typing it, it's repetition. But if you can't handle this environment, don't edit it. Just type it. So, but for those that can handle it, no problem. Just scroll up, you'll see your line.
greater, 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 name, left bracket, 2, right bracket,
So
name, left bracket,
So I'll press the left arrow key so that I'll be able to delete the 2.
right bracket, 2,
2. So I'll delete
right
it
bracket,
now.
2,
So I'll put -1,
dash, 1,
-1.
1 dash left bracket dash 1
So -1 will retrieve the last letter. -1 will retrieve the last letter in the of the value.
H greater
H.
greater greater
H greater greater greater. Good. So remember, I said it's just like when you have 0, 1, 2, 3. So it moves towards the right like that. But if you want to spell something backward, so you start from A is the access tech, which is 0. Now moving towards the left, if you now have imagine you are now spelling access tech back. You write access tech backward. You are spelling it backward. It will now be -1, which is H. Then C will be -2. That is tech. E of tech will be -3. So and like that, like that, like that. So if you want to get it, the index backward. So now,
greater greater greater
if you want to get the whole name, there are two things you can do. You can type the variable, mention the variable, or call the variable.
N A N E
Name, I will hit the enter key.
access stage
Access
greater
stage.
greater greater
So another way I can also access the content of the variable is also to type name,
N A M E
name, then open bracket,
name left bracket
colon,
colon
then right bracket.
right bracket access stage greater greater greater
So access tech. Here, what is this?
greater 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 name left bracket colon right bracket name
So
left bracket colon
name, open bracket, square bracket, colon, close square bracket. So if I want to retrieve only access, so access, that would be 6 letters, the first 6 letters. So that is ACC3, ESS3. So access, if I want to retrieve the first 6 letters of access tech, so I will just slice it and use since I want to retrieve the first 6, that means I will use the index 7. I will use the index 7. So the index 7 will give me all the characters that are before T for tech, access tech. So since it's what I want to retrieve is access, and access are characters before T. So I'll just put index 7. So now we edit this one. I don't want to type it over again.
right bracket
So I will delete.
colon left bracket
Okay, I don't even need to delete. So what I will do here, I will put inside the square bracket, I will just put column 7. Column is already there.
colon right bracket
Then I will put 7.
7
So what I have inside the bracket,
7 colon left bracket colon 7
so that means give me all the characters that come before the 7th character. That is from 0 to, I think it's even supposed to be 6, not 7. The 7th character, but on the index is 6.
colon 7 right
So let
bracket
me,
7
yes.
6 6 colon
So let me hit the enter key.
access greater greater greater
Access, greater, greater, greater. So always take note of the index, that the index number is quite different in terms of the positioning. So if you say 6, 6 does not mean the 6th character. It means the 7th character. So that's why, because index starts from 0. So now, if I also want to retrieve tech, if I want to retrieve tech, so that means I'm saying that all the characters that come after S of access, and S of access is index 5. S of access index 5. So I will just, inside the same bracket, I will just put open inside the bracket, I'll just put 5 colon. That's just it. That's what will be there.
Greater name left, right bracket, 6, colon, 6, right bracket.
So let me delete the 6.
6, colon.
Then before the colon, I'll put 5.
5, 5, left bracket, 5, colon.
So I have 5 columns. So column means from here to the end of the string. So let me hit the enter key.
Stetch. Greater.
Oh, okay. That means my index is wrong because it said stage. So because what I want is just tech. So I will make it 6, index 6.
Greater, right, colon, 5,
Okay.
colon, 5.
So let me put 6.
6.
Hit the enter key.
Tech.
Tech.
Greater.
Tech. Good. What else? What else? So now in the so another thing, so that I don't forget, if you want to know the object type of your variable, our variable here is name. So if I want to know what type of variable, what type of object is it? What type of object is it? Is it a tuple? Is it a string? Is it a dictionary? Is it a set or a list? So
Greater.
So I'll just use what is called type function. Type. So I'll use type function. So I'll type
T, Y, P, E.
type, open and close parentheses, open parent.
Type, left paren.
Then I'll put name inside.
N, A, M, E.
Name, close the parentheses.
Name, right paren.
And listen to what it will say.
Less class str greater. Greater.
Less class str. That means the name belongs to a class of strings. So it's string. str is string. So if I also say, let me say
A
A
space
equals
space 3.
3.
Greater.
And I say, what is A?
3.
It
Greater.
says 3. So if I want to know the type of variable, the type of object that variable A is,
T, Y, P, E.
I'll type, then
Type, left paren, A, right paren.
hit the enter key.
Less class int greater.
Less
Greater.
Less class int. That means integer. So that is it. I think that is out of it. So if you also want to know the length of your string, how many characters are in a string, so I will still use that name, access tech. So I'll just do. So we have what is called length function. So all these things I'm talking about, they are called functions, str, int, len, sum, range, they are all called functions. So I want to know how many characters are in the word string access tag. So I'll just type len, which is the function name.
Len.
Then inside the parentheses.
Len, right paren.
So inside the parentheses, I will type name.
N, A, M, E.
So I will hit the enter key to tell me the number of characters that are there.
10. Greater.
So that means there are 10 characters in access tech. There are 10 characters. What else? Okay. So so when you have a data type or you have an object, so there is also what is called methods of objects. So methods of objects are the things, activities, the things or activities that you can perform in that or on that object. So like now when we said we slice a string, that means index is a method. We can get the position of a character of a character in a string. So that is, and we can perform index. We can perform we can count the total number of characters, that is len. So len is also a method of string. So when you hear method of this, it's not like you say way of doing something, or different ways, different activities that you can perform inside that thing. So that is method. So we have you have the len, you have the index, and so many, and so on like that. So let's move on. Now, okay, I have a document that I put all these things so that I don't forget. So let me go there.
Join Python, WhatsApp, document 1,
Okay.
document, useful functions,
Okay, let me go to see their list.
grammar error 1, len left paren,
Okay, len.
right, grammar error 2, sum left paren,
Some, okay.
grammar error 3, range left paren,
Okay,
right paren,
range. Okay, good, thank you.
Windows PowerShell row, Windows
Okay,
greater,
so now range, if you want to know, if you want a range of numbers between this number and another number, says a range of number between or starting from 0 to 5. That is a range. So if you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is a range. If you say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that is a range. So that is what they say a range is, and that's what it is, a range. And always remember, the value the index will always start from 0. So for instance, if you say give me a range up to 10, a range of 10 numbers. So a range of 10 numbers will mean the number will start from 0 and end in 9, because if you do 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that is 10 numbers, and you are asking Python to give you a range of 10 numbers. So it will start from 0 and stop at 9. So don't be surprised when you don't hear 10. So if you mention a particular range, a particular number in a range, you will not get that number. It will stop before that number, because it's starting from 0, except you indicate the starting position. So if you say give me a number from 1 to 10, even at that, it's still going to stop at 9. It will stop at 9. So now, how do you calculate range? How do you look for range?
greater.
So uh, if you say range
RANGE,
range open parenthesis,
range, left paren,
let's say 5,
5,
close the parenthesis,
5, right paren,
it will not give you the list of numbers, but hear what it will tell you.
range left paren, 0, 5 right paren, greater.
Good. Range 0, 5, meaning that the range you start from 0 and stop before 5. So now, if you want to get the list of numbers between 0 and 10, starting from 0 and 10, so what you would do is to put the range in a list, So I will just type, let's say
R, space,
equals
space,
list,
LIST,
open parenthesis,
list, left paren,
then range,
RANGE,
open parenthesis again,
range, left paren,
then I'll put 10.
1, 0,
Then close the parenthesis twice.
10, right paren.
So now I will explain the code. So I have R equals list, LIST, open parenthesis, range, open another parenthesis, 10, then close parenthesis, close parenthesis. Now, for every function, this is why we say Excel, the knowledge of Excel is very important. For every function, there's always open and close parenthesis. That is it. If you have two functions in one formula, that means you have two open parentheses and two closing parentheses. If you have three, it means three open parentheses and three closing parentheses. So each function must have its own open and closed parentheses. So that's why here now, list is a function, range is a function. So that's why once you mention the function, it must be followed by an open parenthesis. Then when you are done with all the formula, you can now close all the parentheses. So that's what we have here. So I will hit the enter key to give us all the numbers from 0 to 9 here.
Greater.
Okay, so now let me call the range. So I will now mention R. I'll call the variable. Since I've stored the numbers inside the variable, so let me call the variable now.
R.
Hit the enter key.
Left bracket 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 right bracket. Greater.
Good. So he has given us a list of numbers from 0 to 9. The last number is not always or often included. So since we always say it gives us a list of 10 numbers. So what if it's also possible to indicate the starting point and the ending point? So I will go back into that line and edit it.
Greater, R.
Okay.
Greater, right paren.
Right paren. So I want you to give me a list of numbers starting from 1, not 0. 1. So I will, inside that 10, I will just put 1, 10.
Right paren, 0, 1.
So 10 is already there. I will just add 1 and comma.
1, comma.
So let me hear it.
Comma, 1, left paren.
Left parenthesis.
1, comma, 1, 0, right paren.
So I will hit the enter key. So I have now the code I've changed. I edited that code to be R equals to list, open paren, range, open paren, 1, 10, close paren, close parenthesis. Hit the enter key.
Greater.
Then, let's call the variable name. Give us the list now.
R.
Hit the enter key.
Left bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 right bracket.
So,
greater.
You see, it didn't start from 0, rather it started from 1. So what if we also want a list of numbers between here and there, but be skipping something? So I want you to give me a number between 0 and 10, but be skipping every second number. So that means to mention 0. Okay, so let's say to mention 1, it will skip 2. Mention 3, it will skip 4. Mention 5, so I'll go back to that line and edit it. So what I will put there, here is, so I'll turn it. So I have 1, 10 already. So after 10, I'll put comma and put 2. So that means be skipping every second number.
Greater R. Greater, right paren, 0.
0. So I'll put comma.
Right paren.
After 10.
Comma.
Then I'll put 2.
2.
So I will hit the enter. So listen to hear the code.
2, comma, 1, left paren.
So what is inside the bracket parenthesis? So I have 1, comma.
1, comma.
10, comma.
1, 0, comma.
Then 2.
2.
Close.
Right paren.
Right. So hit the enter key.
Greater.
R. Call the R.
R.
Hit the enter key.
Left bracket 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 right bracket. Greater.
Excellent. Okay. We are progressing. Okay. So now we say sum. Now we have a list. So method of that list, though we've not done list in that in the actual sense, but this is a list of numbers, which means it's stored in a list. That's why here write brackets and close brackets. So now to find out the to find out the sum, to add all the numbers that are in a list, we will use what is called the sum function. Just like you have it in Excel, you have the sum function, SUM, the sum function. So since I have the list already, let me see. So since I have the list already, R is equal to what is it? LIST, open parentheses, range, open parentheses, 1, 10, 2, close parentheses. So let's add all the numbers in the list that it gave us. Remember, the list is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So
greater.
So I will just put sum,
SUM.
Then open parentheses,
Sum, left paren,
then R,
R,
then close the parentheses.
R, right paren,
That means give us the sum of R. Add all the numbers together in variable R.
25, greater.
25 after hitting the enter key. So that is, can you do it manually? So let's see. So you have 1 plus 3, 4. 4 plus, what is the next number? 5. That is 9. 9 plus, what is the next number? 16. 5, that is 9 plus 7, 16. 7 plus, what is the next number after 7, which is 9. So 9 plus 16, 25. So, but assuming we didn't add that step 2, that's comma 2. We didn't ask it to be skipping every second number. So let's go and remove that 2, comma 2. You will see that it will adjust the sum.
Greater R. Greater R equals list left paren, range left paren, 1, 10 right paren,
Okay.
equals list left paren.
This is not it. Let's go down.
Greater R. Greater R equals list left paren, range left paren, 1, 10, 2 right paren.
Okay, this is it. So let's remove the two and comma.
Right paren, 2, comma.
Okay, let's remove it.
2, right paren, 2, comma.
So
0, right paren.
So let's hit the enter key.
Greater.
So let's now find the sum of R, because we have edited that code. So it's no longer skipping it. So hear it now.
R.
R.
Left bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 right bracket. So greater.
So you see that it's no longer skipping it. So let's now find the sum of this R, the sum of the list.
SUM. Sum, left
Sum
paren,
of
R, right paren.
Give us enter.
45, greater.
45. So you can do the calculation on your own. So add all the numbers, add 1 to 9 together, see what you get. So that takes us to list. Let me check. I hope I've not skipped.
Document 1,
So
grammar error 1. Len left paren.
So len.
Grammar error 2. Sum left paren.
Sum.
Grammar error 3. Range left paren.
Range.
For list and list methods left paren.
Good. So we are moving on.
Windows PowerShell. Greater.
So we have list and list methods. Even though we've talked about part of the list method, the methods that you can perform on list. So list is a data type. List is a data type, and the methods that you can perform on list include: you can remove, something from a list. You can add something to a list. You can sort a list alphabetically. You can sort it. You can count the number of items in a list. So now, what is even a list? A list is just a collection of items. Let me take some water. When you are doing Python, you need some fluid. Okay. So a list is a collection of items. A list is a collection of iterable items. As time goes on, you understand the meaning of iteration, iterable. So when you say a list, so if I ask you, you have red, green, yellow, blue, whatever, purple, that is a list. And inside the list, we have different items. You have, orange, banana, apple. That is a list of items, a list of fruits. So, so to make something a list, there are two different ways. This is where my own jar comes in now. So to make something a list, there are two ways to turn into a list. One was taught yesterday. I will add the other method today. So
Greater.
now the symbol for a list, the brackets used for a list is square brackets. So I will just say L equals, should I say L? Yes, okay. L can be anything, or it's a variable. So normally I could have just said fruit. So, but let me say, since I want to list, I'll just use L.
L
Equals,
space.
you can space or you may not, but it's advisable to space for readability as a blind person or as a sighted person. So L equals
space.
then square brackets.
Left bracket.
Normally I will open and close the square brackets just for what is that, for convenience sake.
Right bracket.
So inside the bracket,
Right bracket.
I'll put let me say banana,
quote
banana,
BANANA
close the quotes.
banana, quote.
Remember, each time you want to type a string, you must put it in a quote. You must put it in a quote, except for variables. Variables are no longer strings. Variables are not strings. So, though they are characters, but because of what they do, they are not string.
Comma.
So, banana, comma, then apple,
quote.
in quotes.
APPLE.
Close quotes.
Apple, quote. Comma.
Then orange, in quotes.
Quote. ORNGE. Orange, quote.
Quote. So you can close the you have to close the bracket, but because me have opened and closed it down, so
quote. Right bracket.
yes, right brackets. Hit the enter key.
Greater.
Excellent. No error. So L. So for me now to retrieve the list, Python give me the list. So I'll mention the variable name. I'll call it
L.
I'll hit the enter key.
Left bracket banana, apple, orange right bracket, greater.
Good. Here, left bracket, banana, apple, orange. Right bracket, greater. So that means those are the list. Those are the items in our list. So now, so what now? What are the methods? Remind me that I say I will tell you the second method. Well, just remind me from your house, no problem. So what are the methods in a list? So we can append, we can add a new item to this list. We can update it. Append means to insert a new item. We can remove an item. We can what else? We can count the number of. We can find the length of the list. That means how many items are there. What else? And many other things. So we can also index, we can also find the position or the item that is in a particular position. Item that is in a particular position. So
greater.
So now where do we start from? So let's add a new fruit, a new stuff item to this list. So we will use what is called append. So we will say L dot append.
L dot APPEND.
Then, because it's a function name, we have to put it inside parentheses.
Append. Left
parentheses. Append what? What do you want it to add to the list? Please, I'm somebody that like mango. Please help me add mango to the list.
Quote.
So inside quotes, mango.
M-A-N-G-O.
Close the quotes.
Mango. Quote.
Close the parenthesis.
Right paren.
Hit the enter key.
Greater, greater, greater.
Good. Greater. So now let's now see our new list. Let's see our new list. L.
L.
Give me the new list. Enter.
Left bracket banana, apple, orange, mango right bracket. Greater, greater, greater.
Good. Mango has been added to the list. So the new list is now 4, no longer 3. And we have nothing to do with the old list. So if you if you call the variable name, is the new list you will get. You will not get that former one that is just 3. So you get the 4, the one that is 4, which is the new one. So let's get the item that is in the second position. So who can tell me what index number would that one be? I know some people are saying 2. Some are saying 1. I think those that are saying 1 are correct. So let's see which we might be wrong, sharp. But let's see. What is that? So we would say L open square brackets. Square brackets.
L left bracket.
So those that say 1. So let's help them put 1.
1 1 left bracket.
Okay.
Left bracket.
So let's put the right bracket.
Right bracket.
So let's hit the enter key and see the item that is on the second position. My mind is telling me it should be apple, but let's see.
Apple. Greater, greater, greater.
Good. Apple. So remember, we have banana, apple, orange, mango. So the second item in the list is apple, which is index number 1. So let me see if you, okay. So I want to try if this one will work. Actually, I've not tried, but let me see if it will work. So I want to know what position is a particular item. Now what I did here is to know the item on the second list on the in the second position. So now I want to know what position is a particular item, more or less like a reverse. So if I want to know what position is mango, of course, we all know that it's the fourth position, which is index 3. But I want to know whether it will work, whether list has dot index function. So
greater, greater, greater.
So I will put L dot index
L dot
index L dot index open paren
index left paren.
Then in quotation the mango
quote
that I want to find its position.
MANGO
Close quote.
Mango quote.
Close the parenthesis.
Right paren.
Please don't tell me error.
3 greater, greater, greater.
3. That's nice. What's index? So that means index 3 is what? Which is that is the fourth position, starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. So that means another method that you can perform on list is index. So we've looked at range earlier. Remember, we looked at range. We can perform range method, index method, len method. So let's do len now. So we'll do length of L.
L-E-N.
Length of L.
Len. Left paren.
Then L.
L.
Close the parenthesis.
L. Right paren. 4. Greater, greater, greater.
So that means there are 4 items. Good. What else? We've also done sum earlier. So sum of lists. So because the list items in our list are not numbered, so we cannot this thing. So you can just do on your own. You can do number equals or age equals the open brackets. Okay. In fact, that's nice. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me that I said I was going to use the second method. So now the second method of to get a list is what is called conversion method. So we can use we can use a list function to convert items into a list. Now, when you want to write a list, you put your items in square brackets. So now you can actually put it in parentheses with a conversion when you want to convert it. So what I will do,
greater.
what I will do now is I will say
Windows PowerShell terminal greater.
What is that?
Greater.
Okay.
Unplugged 100%. Plugged in 100%.
It's charging. Okay. So
Greater.
So I will do, using this conversion method, if I don't want to use the square brackets, I will just say age equals
age space equals space
age equals list open parentheses.
list left paren.
Then let me start mentioning ages. So let me say I have 21 comma
21 comma space
So you can put space, you may not put space. 33
33 comma 5 1
51
comma 4 3
43. Then close the parentheses.
43 right paren.
You will notice that we are not putting quotes because integers are not to be quoted. But if you quote those numbers, there is no crime. It's just that the crime there is that it will convert your numbers to text. So that is it. So, but if you leave them alone like this, they are integers. So now what we have here, so we have age equals list, list, in parentheses, normal parentheses, not bracket this time around, normal parentheses open, the different numbers, 21, 33, and so on, 51, and so on, like that. Then we close the parentheses. So we hit the enter key.
Trace back left paren, most recent call last right paren, colon, file quote less sting greater quote, line 1, in less module greater, type error colon, list expected at most 1 argument, got 4, greater.
Oh, okay. Let me
greater,
check.
right 3, greater len left paren, greater age equals list left paren, right paren, 3,
let me start from
space
beginning.
age.
Okay, age
space
space
equals space LIS
C
T
Y
left paren
2
1
21
comma space 3
comma
5 1
5
comma 4
4
3 right paren.
right parent. What's the problem? Let's see. List
3 comma space space LIS T left paren T.
Okay,
trace
I'll
back
come back to it later. Guess something is not working well. I'll come back to it later. What else? So I'll come back to it later, trust me. So we've looked at different methods of lists. Okay, we've not removed. So let's remember, let's work with our L. Let's see the list of the items in the list again.
Left bracket banana, apple, orange, mango right bracket, greater.
If you want to remove apple, let's remove apple. So we'll do L dot remove.
Dot
L
dot
remove
REMOVE
L dot remove open parenthesis.
remove left paren.
Then what should Python remove?
Quote
In quotes, apple.
APPLE
Close the quotes.
apple quote.
Close the quotes. Then close the parenthesis.
Right paren.
So hit the enter key.
Greater.
Then let's now see our list, whether there's apple there.
L.
Hit the enter key.
Left bracket banana, orange, mango right bracket, greater, greater, greater.
Good. So apple is no longer there. Apple is no longer there. So so we now have banana, orange, and mango. What if we want to replace banana? We want to replace banana with let's say what is it? Let's replace it with the lecon. So let's replace banana with lecon. So we want the list to be okay. Well, I said we want to replace orange. So let's say the list will now be banana, lecon, mango. So how do we do that? So we'll do L dot replace.
L.
Okay. So I don't want to use dot replace first. Let me use this method.
L left bracket.
L left bracket. So what is it that I want to replace? That is banana.
Quote. B A N A N A.
Close quote.
Banana. Quote.
Close the parenthesis.
Right bracket. Space.
Equals.
Equals. Space.
Equals lecon.
Quote. Cap L E K A N.
Lecon.
Lecon. Quote.
So please don't tell me it's error.
Trace back left parent.
It did. So let me put the lecon inside bracket.
Greater, greater, greater L left bracket quote banana quote right quote. N.
Oh, I should have even listened to the type of error.
Quote N. Quote.
Okay.
N A K E. Cap L.
So let's put it inside brackets.
Left bracket.
Okay.
Left quote. Left bracket. Cap L.
Oh, sorry.
Left bracket. Quote. Space. Quote.
So
left bracket. Left. Left quote. Cap E K A N. Quote. Space.
Right bracket.
Right bracket. Right quote.
So if it doesn't work, we use the other method.
Trace back left paren.
Yeah.
Most recent call last right paren. Colon. File quote less sting greater quote. Line 1. In less module greater. Type error colon. List indices must be integers or slices, not str. Greater, greater, greater.
Okay. Oh, okay. So
greater, greater, greater L left bracket quote banana quote right bracket equals left bracket quote lecon quote right
okay.
Right bracket.
I know. So
left space equal space right bracket.
So instead of mentioning the banana, I'll mention the index number. I'll mention the position where the item is. So banana is the first item. That will be 0. No, orange. Is it orange? Yes. Here I want to remove this. Orange is the second item, which is 1.
Space.
Index 1.
Right bracket, quote, right bracket.
So I will remove that.
Quote, A, N, A, N, A, B.
Okay. Quote.
Quote. Left bracket, right bracket.
So let me put 1.
1.
Which is
1. Left bracket, 1. Right bracket.
So now, L open square bracket 1 close square bracket
space equals space left bracket.
So let me remove this left bracket.
Quote. Left bracket cap L. Quote. Cap L E K A N quote. Right bracket.
So let me remove this right bracket.
Space. Right bracket.
So let E the enter key.
Greater, greater, greater.
Good. Don't mind me. Sometimes you mix things up. So let's now see the new list. We've replaced what is in the second position with lecon. So let's see the new list that we have now.
L.
E the enter key.
Left bracket banana, lecon, mango right bracket, greater, greater, greater.
Good. Good. Okay. What else? So that is how to replace item. You can perform len. We've done it before. You can say len of list, len inside parentheses, L, len of L, What else? So let's move on to where's that? So the next will be tuple. But before that, let me go and confirm something.
Document, join conversation dash personal dash Python for data analytics bar Microsoft Teams column 44 of 8.
Okay.
Python for data analytics bar Microsoft Teams. Python for data analytics bar Microsoft Teams. Python for data analytics bar Microsoft Teams document. Meeting controls toolbar. Mute button mute left paren. Control plus shift plus M right paren. More video op, turn camera up, more menu, apps button add an app, notes button, view menu, react button, raise button, people button, chat button show, stop sharing button, stop sharing left, more audio options button, mute button, more video option, turn camera on button, turn cam, more menu button, sub menu, more actions, record and transcribe sub menu 1 of 7, stop recording 1 of 2.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm that it's recording, so.
Record, stop recording 1 of 2, record and transcribe sub, stop recording, record and transcribe, meeting, record and transcribe.
We are good to go, so let's go back. Sorry.
Windows power, greater.
So, okay, so the next in our list, in the next on our item is tuple. So now, let me say that when it comes to list as a data type, you can change items in the list. You can replace it. You can add. You can count. You can get the index. Those methods. So the attribute is that list is a mutable data type. Mutable. That means you can alter it. You can alter the content of a list. There are other data types that are non-mutable. So they call it immutable. So immutable. Okay. Okay, you can also do sort. So now remember we have
L left bracket banana, leckin, mango right bracket, greater.
It's sorted already. It's sorted already. What can I quickly use to sort it? Okay. So let me do LL.
I
want to create a new list.
LL space
LL equals
space.
Then square bracket.
Left bracket, right bracket.
Right bracket. Then inside it.
Right bracket.
So let me put
3, comma 2, comma 6, comma 4.
So I will hit the enter key. So I have different numbers. They are scattered.
Greater.
So let's say
LL left bracket 3, 2, 6, 4 right bracket.
So
greater.
We have 3, 2, 6, 4. They are scattered. So I can sort it. So I will say LL dot sort.
LL dot SO RT.
Then open and close parentheses.
Sort, right paren.
Yeah.
Greater.
So now, let me now see whether it has been sorted.
LL. Left bracket 2, 3, 4, 6 right bracket. Greater.
Okay. Greater. That's nice. So now, the next one is tuple. So tuple is a data type, which is a collection of iterable items or iterable items, depending on how you want to pronounce it. A collection of items that cannot be altered, cannot be changed. They cannot be changed. That is what a tuple is. So a collection of items that remain the same. Their arrangement, their position, you cannot alter you cannot make changes to a tuple. So first, how to know what a tuple, the data that is a tuple is when when you have items that are enclosed in parentheses. Items that are enclosed in parentheses. So that is one way to know what a tuple is. apart from, okay, let's even find the type of L. What type of L? Our L, what data type it is?
L.
So we'll do
L.
So we'll do type
T Y P E.
Then inside parentheses.
Type. Left
Then
paren.
we'll put L.
L. L. Right paren.
So let's see what type, what class.
Less class list greater.
Good.
Greater.
Our L was a list type. So now we want to do tuple. So I've told you one way to know is when you see list of items enclosed in parentheses, then you can also do type. You can also type and then put the name. So now let's say T equals
T space equals
T equals
space.
So what can we say? So I'm looking at what we can put inside our tuple. Okay.
Space equals space.
Okay, let me put open parentheses.
Left paren.
Okay, so let me say Android in quotes.
Quote.
Because it's a string. Android.
A N D F
Oh.
F R O I D.
In quotes.
Roid. Quote. Comma.
Samsung.
S A M S U N G.
Pardon me that I'm not capitalizing.
Samsung. Quote.
It's deliberate.
Comma.
iPhone.
I P H N E.
iPhone.
Quote.
Then close the
right paren.
Close the parentheses. So here in the code, the line of code says T equals open parentheses Android, Samsung. Samsung is an Android. So Android, Samsung, iPhone, so let's hit the enter key.
File quote less than greater quote. Line 1. T equals left paren. Quote Android quote Samsung quote iPhone quote right paren. 9 caret. Syntax error colon. Invalid syntax. Greater.
So what happened in my item? I didn't open a quotation for Samsung.
Greater T equals left paren, right paren.
So you will see it now.
Left paren. Quote Android quotes space left paren.
Left parentheses.
Quote. A N D R O I D. Quote.
Close quotes.
Comma. S.
You see? In my Samsung, I didn't put the opening quotes. So let me put it.
Quote.
So you have to be careful. And then when you get an error message, listen to the type of error it is. So
quote.
Quote.
S A M F E N G quote comma. I P A O H O N E. Quote. Right paren.
Okay, so let's go now.
File quote less than greater quote. Line 1. T equals left paren. Quote Android quote. Quote Samsung quote iPhone quote right paren.
I didn't quote iPhone. What is it?
Greater T equals right paren. Quote E N O H P I comma I.
You know what's wrong with me?
P I.
I didn't quote.
Quote comma quote I P A O N E. Quote.
Okay, so let's go now.
Greater.
Good. So you also, just like Excel 2, you also have to look at, okay, what's possibly could be wrong with your formula. So it's the same thing. So let's say
T.
So let's see items that we have in our tuple. T.
Left paren. Android. Samsung. iPhone right paren.
Good.
Greater.
Good. Android, Samsung, iPhone. So now, tuple is an immutable object. It is an immutable object. It means you cannot bring knife to cut one part out of it. You cannot do join body. You cannot add to it. You cannot append. So let's see now. You see all sorts of errors that we'll be getting. So let's say L dot append. No, not L. We are looking at T dot append.
T dot A P P E N D.
Append. Open paren.
Append.
So
left
please
paren.
Help us add banana.
Quote. B A N A N A.
Close quotes.
Banana. Quote.
Close the parenthesis.
Right paren.
You will see you will hear what it will tell you. You hear it now. There is an error that you cannot. The append is not one of the methods of tuple. Enter.
Trace back left paren. Most recent call last right paren. Colon. File quote less sting greater quote. Line 1. In less module greater. Attribute error colon. Tuple object has no attribute append. Greater greater greater.
Good. Tuple does not have attributes append. That means that append is not a method you can use for tuple, because a tuple, remember the characteristics of a tuple, you cannot modify it, you cannot add, you cannot remove. Just leave it like that, leave it JJ like that. So there are only two methods, two things that you can carry out on a tuple, just two. You can only count, and then you can only index. You can get the position, what item is in a particular position, or what position does a particular item. So you cannot modify and know the characteristics of a list. That one is all everything. You can do everything to a list. You can slice it, cut it into half, divide it, clear it, remove, do this, all sort of add, change. But a tuple, no, you cannot. So the two things you can do to a list is
greater greater greater.
A tuple. The two things you can do, you can count. Now, when you say count, of course, you can do len. Let's see.
L-E-N.
Len of t. Len of t.
Len. Left paren.
I hope it's not M I type. Len of t.
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 T. Right paren.
Let me be sure.
Right paren.
Before the thing will shock me now.
T. Left paren. N. E. L.
Okay. L-E-N.
Left paren. T. Right paren.
So E the enter key.
3. Greater greater greater.
So that means there are 3 items in the list. So now I count. So count. You can also count how many times does a particular item appear. Does the particular item appear twice, 3 times, once? So that's what is called count function. So
greater greater greater.
You can count. So this part of my Java, don't say I didn't give you. You can count how many times a particular item is repeated. So we'll do T dot count
C-O-U-N-T.
Open parentheses.
Count. Left paren.
So let's say what is inside. Let's say 100. How many times does 100 appear in the list?
A-N-D-R-O-I-D. Android. Quote.
Then close parentheses.
Right paren.
Let me confirm before the thing will tell me trace back error now.
Right paren. D-I-O-R-D-N-A. Left paren. T-N-U-O-C dot T.
Dot count.
C-O-U-N-T. Left paren. A-N-D-R-O-I.
Did I quote?
O-R-D-N-A. Left paren.
Okay, you see, I didn't quote.
A.
So the thing will have told me error now.
Quote.
Quote.
Left paren.
Left parent.
Quote.
Quote.
A-N-D-R-O-I-D. Quote. Right paren.
Okay, see, I closed the quote, but I didn't open it. So
quote. Right paren. Quote. Right paren.
So hit the enter key.
1. Greater greater greater.
1. So that means 100 appears 2 times. Once. So now let me go up back to the code. So I'll go and manually I will edit the code and put another 100.
Greater len left paren. Greater t dot append left greater t. Greater t equals left paren. Quote Android quote.
So I will add another 100.
Right paren. Quote.
Okay.
Right paren.
So at the last
comma.
Then quotes.
Quote.
100.
A-N-D-R-O-I-D.
Close quotes.
Android. Quote. Right paren.
Hit the enter key.
Greater.
So T.
Left paren. Android. Samsung. iPhone. Android right paren. Okay, greater.
So 100 appear 2 times. So let's count how many times 100 appears.
T dot C-O-U-N-T. Count. Left paren.
quote 100,
quote, Android,
close quote,
Android, quote,
close the parenthesis.
right paren.
So hit the enter key.
2, greater.
Hallelujah. So 2 times. So then your normal index. So you can also get the position of a particular item, that is t dot index. So t dot index,
T dot INDEX,
t dot index, open parenthesis.
index, left paren.
So let's say iPhone.
IPHONE,
Hey, I didn't quote it though.
iPhone, quote,
So let me close the parenthesis.
right paren.
So let me go and open the quote.
Right quote ENOAPI, left paren I.
So let me put the open quote.
Quote, left paren, quote IPAONE, quote.
So so we want to get the index number, the index position of iPhone in our list.
2, greater.
2. Good. So those are the 2 methods. You can only count and then you can index. That's all. You cannot remove. You cannot do you cannot this, you cannot that. So that's why it is called immutable. If you are counting something, are you changing anything? No. If you want to know the position of something, are you modifying it? No. So that is the meaning of immutable. So list is mutable, while tuple is immutable. Let's move on. Okay, one thing I forgot to do in the list. In the string too is also immutable. You cannot change it, but you can only count. You can get the length of it. You can get the index. So you cannot modify a string. Just like when we have access tag, you cannot replace a. You cannot replace a and put whatever. So
Greater.
but okay, now I think we have name. Okay, our name is still access tag. Let me check.
NAME.
Enter.
Atchestech.
Okay.
Greater.
Good. We still have the access tag off. So now we can mm, so we can repeat. mm, mm. So let's say um, B, or let's say okay, add
D
equals
add space
add equals
space
name
name space
plus
space
name.
NAME. Greater.
So add equals name plus name. So let's now say what is add.
D Atchestech.
So
Greater.
access tech. So we can ask it to repeat it by using multiplication sign tool. Let's say m multiplication for m for multiplication.
M
equals
space equals space
m equals
N
name
AME name
multiplied
space
by
star space 4
name m equals name multiplied by 4. So that means repeat it 4 times. Hit the enter key.
Greater.
So what is our m now?
M
Enter.
Atchestech. Greater.
Good. So I skipped that one initially. So we are done with tuple and list. Good. Let's move on. Set. SET. A set is a collection of items. A set is a collection of items. Now, what differentiates set from tuple and list is that the items in a list, I think you can remove, or we'll try it. Can you add? We'll also try it. Now, one unique thing about a set is that a set does not tolerate duplicate values. No, it doesn't tolerate duplicate values. So if you have an item that repeats twice, it will take away one, throw it inside dustbin. Boom. So say take this one, I will keep this one. So a set does not tolerate a duplicate. So it only deals with unique values. Any duplicate is thrown out. So now
Greater.
let's see a set. So let's just say ST. Yes, ST for set. So let's say a set of what should we look at? So let's look at a set of numbers. A set of numbers.
ST
as the variable equals
space.
Now the bracket, the right bracket for ST is your braces, curly braces. So which is your shift square bracket.
Left brace.
Now we said a set of numbers. So let's put 3,
3, 2,
2, 3,
3,
4,
5.
and 5. Then close the brace.
5. Right brace.
So what do we have? Let's check.
ST
equals
space left brace 3,
3,
2,
2, that's 3, 2,
3,
3,
5. Right brace.
So that is our set. So now
greater.
So now let's see what is our set. Give us our set, please.
ST.
Hit the enter key.
Left brace 2, 3, 5 right brace. Greater.
So you see, I said it does not tolerate duplicate values. So now when he gave us our set, he threw away 1 3. We have 2 3s. So we have 3 3. We have 3 2 3 5. So it only gave us 1. So now another attribute of a set is that it doesn't have a particular order at all. It doesn't have a particular order. If you now see what we typed was 3 2 3 5. Let's get it again.
Greater ST.
Enter.
Left brace 2, 3, 5 right brace.
2,
Greater.
2 3 5. So it does not, it's not what is it they will say, is not a respecter of anybody. So but set is not a respecter of order. It can appear to you at any time. You can scatter it, arrange it. Here now it arranged it. It sorted it. 2 3 5. Meanwhile, what you did was 3 2 3 5. Even if you are not tolerating duplicate value, you are removing. At least leave our position intact. No, 3 2 5, but it turned it around 2 3 5. So the next time you run the code, it might change the position again. It might be 5 3 2 or 3 5 2. Do you understand? So the set can appear to you in any particular order. So it does not bother what order you put the items. No. So that is another attribute of a set. So let's add something to. So now we have 3 2 5, but it gave us as 2 3 5. So now let's add another number to our set. Let's see if it's possible. So we'll do
greater.
We'll use add function. Yes, I think it's possible. So we'll add function. So we'll say st dot add.
st dot
add.
d
st dot add.
Left paren.
What should we add? Add 7 for us.
7.
Then close the parenthesis.
7. Right paren. Greater.
Good. We've added 7 to our list. So now see the order. The order will now change. You'll see it now. So it can give you. You can the set can appear to you in a particular order, in order that it chooses or the programming chooses. So now let's call the ST now.
ST.
Hit the enter key.
Left brace 2, 3, 5, 7 right brace.
Still the
Greater,
same thing.
greater, greater.
Lucky, but don't worry. When the next time we do it, you'll
Greater,
see
greater,
it.
greater. Left brace 2,
2,
3,
3, 5,
7 right brace.
So it has
Greater,
added
greater.
it. So our set is still the same thing. So now, what else? So let's do st1. That is
ST.
Let's create another variable.
1.
We call it st1.
ST1
Equals
space equals space. Left brace.
Left brace. What can we call this one? Let's say Jide.
Quote.
Quote Jide.
Cap J I D E. Jide. Quote.
Quote.
Comma. Space.
Lekan.
Quote.
No, not Lekan. And let me say a Femi.
Cap F E M I. Femi. Quote. Comma.
Let's say
comma. Comma.
Okay, let's put another quote.
Quote.
What else should we mention? Let's say Elizabeth. Have I put quotes?
Quote.
Okay, yes, I have.
Quote.
Let me put it again. Elizabeth.
Cap E L I Z A B E T H.
Elizabeth. Close the quote.
Elizabeth. Quote.
Close the parentheses. Oh, sorry, not parentheses, braces.
Right brace.
So let's go to the beginning of our line. ST1
T1 space equals space
equals
left brace
quote open quote
cap J I D E quote
Jide
comma space quote cap F E M I quote
Femi. Did I put it?
cap quote
okay,
cap
yes.
E M I quote comma quote cap E
E
L I Z A B E T H quote right brace
Elizabeth. So that is our list. Look at that order. By the time we ask you to give us now, the order will change. We have Jide Femi, Elizabeth.
Quote Femi quote Elizabeth quote right brace left brace quote Jide quote.
Okay. Jide Femi Elizabeth. So let's see if it's the same order that it will give us.
Greater.
So let's say ST1.
ST1. 1. Left brace Jide, Femi, Elizabeth right brace.
That same order.
Greater.
Good. I think this time the set is kind, but don't. So we've added. You can also remove with L remove, and then what you want to remove. Now, so thank God we have two sets. You can combine two sets. You can combine two sets in two different ways. You can combine two sets in two different ways. You can use, so there are methods of sets. You have intersection, you have updates, you have union, you have difference. Good. I give you plenty of bonuses here.
Greater.
So to combine the two sets, so we have ST1 and ST. So let's say we want to combine two sets into a new set. We want to combine these two sets. We want to put the two sets and use it to form a new variable, a new set. So we'll do what can we call it? Let's say ST2.
ST2.
ST2 equals
ST2 space
equals
space
ST2 equals, what is it? ST1 dot union. No, ST dot union.
ST dot.
You can also say ST1 dot union, it doesn't matter. ST dot union.
UNION
dot union, then in parentheses,
union, left paren,
st1,
s, t,
1,
1,
then close the parentheses.
st1, right paren,
Good. So the new variable is now st2 equals st dot union in parentheses st1, hit the enter key.
greater, greater, greater,
Good. So now st2. So let's see our new variable now, our new set.
s, t, 2,
T2, enter.
left brace 2, 3, gday, 5, femi, 7, Elizabeth right brace, greater, greater, greater,
Now see what I was talking about, that is not a respecter of order. Now it said st2 equals 2, 3, Jide, Femi, 7, Elizabeth, 5. Hear it again.
greater, greater, left brace 2, 3, gday, 5, femi, 7, Elizabeth right brace, greater, greater, greater,
So you see, just mixed it up. No particular order. Okay, if you want to respect the order, at least it should have said 2, 3, 5. Then Jide Femi 2357 Jide Femi Elizabeth. But no, you just scattered it. The next time you do it, you know, it's you see that the order will also change. So that is one way to combine the two sets together. Another function, which is the bonus, is update method. So you can say st st3
s, t, 3,
st3 equals
st3,
equals
equals, space,
uh,
st, st, dot,
st dot update
u, p, d, a, t, e,
in parentheses
update, left paren,
st1
s, t, 1,
close parent.
st1, right paren,
Hit the enter key.
greater, greater, greater,
What's our st3, please?
s, t, 3,
Enter.
greater, greater, greater,
What is wrong with you?
s, t, 3, greater, greater, greater,
Let me go back.
greater, 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 st3 equals street dot update left paren, st1 right paren, equals st dot update left, right paren, st3,
st3
space,
equals
space, st dot,
st dot
u, p,
u
d, a, t, e, left paren, s, t, 1, right paren, space, right, left, e, t, a, d, p, u, dot, t, s,
okay.
greater, greater, greater,
Okay, let me create a new set. Sorry, a new set that will be okay. Let me say okay, let me say school SC equals, that is for school, or SL, let me call it SL,
s, l, sl,
equals,
space,
or SL1,
space, l,
SL1.
l,
So let me call it
1,
SL1
l1, equals,
equals
space,
brace,
left brace,
let me say unilag,
quote, u, n, I, l, a, g,
unilag,
unilag, quote,
pardon me not capitalizing,
comma,
deliberate,
quote,
lasso,
cap l,
oh, I'm not going to,
cap l, l, f, u,
lasso,
laissug, quote, comma,
what's other school?
quote,
Uniben,
u, n, I, b, e, n,
Uniben,
uniben, quote,
then close it, brace.
right brace,
Good.
greater, greater, greater,
That is um, our SL1. Now our SL2,
s, l,
or probably the year they were founded. Okay, years.
l, s,
So let me say YR
y, r,
equals
year, space, equals, space,
year equals what? Brace,
left brace,
brace 19. Let me just put any year.
2, 0, 1, 5,
2015.
2015, comma,
2020,
2020,
2020,
comma,
2000, 2000, then close the brace.
2000, right brace,
Good. So,
greater,
good. So now let's make use of the update function. So we have okay, so we'll now say so let's say combine. We want to combine. So we'll say CB as a variable. Combination.
C, O,
Okay, let's
O,
CB.
B,
CB
equals, space,
CB equals
S, L,
SL1
SL1, dot,
update.
U, P, D, A, T, E,
Update in brackets,
update, left paren,
parentheses, YR.
Y, E,
Sorry.
E, R,
R. So close brackets.
R, right paren,
Close parentheses. So let's go through the code.
C, B,
CB, which is our new variable, that we want the update to be in.
C, B,
CB equals
space, equal, space, S, L, 1,
SL1
dot, U, P, D, A, T, E, left paren, Y, R, right paren,
right parent.
space.
So we are combining school one at the SL1 with year. So that means we want to update it. We want to update our school to contain the years as well. So it's more or less like a union. So you are taking what is inside the year variable, all the years, you want to put it inside your SL1 set. So enter.
Greater.
So now what is our CB?
C, B. Greater.
Am I getting
Greater,
something wrong?
greater, CB.
Definitely something is wrong.
Greater, CB. Greater, CB equals SL1 dot update left paren, year right paren, equals SL1 dot right paren, C, B,
CB
space, equal,
equals
space, SL1.
SL1, am I
dot U,
update,
P,
update.
U, P, D, A, T, E, left paren, Y, R, right paren.
It's correct now.
Space, right paren, space, right paren, greater. C,
CB.
B, greater.
I have to find out why. Okay, let me use union. These are things that I've done. Okay, let me use union. So, okay, let me go and update.
Greater, CB equals SL,
okay,
right paren, R, C, B, space,
CB
equals, space, SL1,
SL1.
dot, U, P, D, A, T, E, left
So I
paren,
will remove the update and put union.
E, T, A, D, P, U,
Okay, I'll put union.
U, N, O, N,
Union.
greater.
So CB.
C, B, left brace 2020, Lesu, Uniben, 2000, Unilag, 2015 right brace, greater.
Okay, if update does not work, let's try another method. We can use a symbol to combine two sets. We can use a symbol to combine two sets. So let's do C. Just let's say C alone now. Let's say C alone.
C, space,
equals
space,
SL1,
SL1, space,
then vertical,
and,
not and. Where's that vertical sign?
Star.
No.
Star.
Sorry. Where's that vertical sign?
Line.
No.
Plus. Line. 1, L. S space.
Just keep my mind now where the vertical sign is. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll get it. Forgotten. This thing happens. So I've forgotten where. So you can use vertical if you remember where the
backslash equals space C.
Okay, let's move on.
Greater.
Just find out the vertical. Still thinking. Okay, so let's move on. That is another symbol for this thing. So let's do intersect. So what is the similarity? Where do they the intersect of do they intersect? Perhaps we might need to create another this thing. So okay, let me also show you another way to also okay, no, that one is for dictionary, not set. Okay.
Greater.
So how to intersect? So let's create
R.
So let's say S
space
equals
space.
So let's say apple
left brace quote
quotes apple
A P E apple
quote
comma
quote orange
RNGE orange quote comma
let's say mango
quote MANGO mango quote
then close the brace
right brace.
So let's go over it.
S space
equals
space left brace quote A P quote comma quote ORANGE quote comma quote MANGO quote right brace.
Okay.
Greater.
We saved it. So that is S. Then S1 equals
S1 space equals space
S1 equals what is it? What can we say? Open brace.
left brace.
So let's say mango
M
quote
mango mango quote comma
banana
quote
quote
banana quote
yam
quote yam quote
orange
bar.
Yeah. That's
bar.
That thing I was looking for. Can you imagine? Oh my God.
Backslash bar.
Fuck. So I actually got it was, but there are two backslash, one after shift and one after apostrophe. So the one I was pressing was the one after shift, and it was not working for me as vertical line. So that is
bar.
Okay. So
backslash
quote. Sorry. What did I even want to type for? Okay, I wanted to close the brace.
Quote.
Okay.
Right brace. Right quote A quote A N A N A B quote B A N A N A quote Y.
Oh, I didn't put comma here.
Quote
in between banana and orange.
Quote A quote Y A M quote
Okay,
right brace space right quote M.
So now the second, let's see what the second
S.
This thing. So S1
space equal space left quote MANGO
mango
quote comma quote BANANA quote
banana
quote YAM
yam
quote.
So the third one has the mango banana yam, while the first set has apple orange mango, I think. So let's hit the enter key.
Greater, greater, greater.
So let's see S1.
S1.
1.
Left brace banana, mango, yam right brace. Greater, greater, greater.
Okay.
Greater, left brace banana, mango, yam right brace. Greater, greater, greater.
Okay. So now let's see S.
Left brace apple, orange, mango right brace.
Okay.
Greater, greater, greater.
Apple, mango, orange. So let's see where they intersect. So we can say we can do
S
dot intersection
I N T E R S E C T I O N
S dot intersection
intersection left paren
S1
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 S1 right paren left brace mango right brace greater greater greater.
So S dot intersection S1. So that means that what is the bridge? What is the connection between set and the first set and the second set, which is S1. So and he said that the link between them, the intersect between them is mango. That is the connecting item, what they have in common. So we can also find the difference. How does the first set differ from the second set? So let's do that with difference. So we can say
S dot
difference
D I F E R E N C E
S dot difference
difference left paren
S1
S1
S1.
S1 right paren.
So it will tell us what differs between how is S different from S1. Enter.
Left brace apple, orange right brace. Greater greater greater.
So what does the first set have that the second set does not have, which is apple and orange? The first set have apple and orange, but the second set does not have it. So that's one. So you can also say, you can also use another sign, which is minus. Minus. We can use S minus
space dash
minus
space
S1.
S1 left brace apple, orange right brace. Greater greater greater.
So is it that you say is that you say S dot intersection S1, or you say S minus S1, it will still give you the difference. Then for intersection, I think it's keep my mind. Another symbol you can use for intersection is and sign. And so let's say S
space
and that is your shift 7
and
space S1
1
hit the enter key.
Left brace mango right brace.
So
greater greater greater.
So the symbol for those are your bonuses. The symbol for intersection is and your shift plus 7 and sign. While the symbol for difference is minus. Then let's try again that union and see S vertical bar.
S left brace apple, orange, mango right brace. Greater greater greater.
What's happening again?
Greater greater greater.
Okay.
Bar.
Okay.
Bar.
S
space
bar
space
S1
1 left brace orange, yam, apple, banana, mango right brace.
So
greater greater greater.
So that is it. The symbol for union, I have to say, is that you say update or union? Then you can also say bar. That vertical bar is your shift plus backslash. Because I have two backslashes here, one after my left shift and one after my apostrophe. So I use the one before the one after my left shift. It didn't work. So I had to use, it didn't give me the vertical bar. They had to use the one after apostrophe. So if your system has 2 backslashes too, you may try both of them and see which one will work. If it's 1, then that means the one that will work. So another symbol, the symbol, if you don't want to type union, is bar, vertical bar. What else? Okay, what else have I not covered? What else have I not covered here? So let's move to dictionary. If I remember any other thing, I'll come back.
Greater.
So now let's look at dictionary. So dictionary is a collection of iterable items. It's a collection of iterable items. So the main thing about a dictionary that a dictionary has what is called value pair. It has key value or key value pair. So it comes in pairs, PAIRS. It comes in pairs. So it must have a key and a value. A key and a value. So that is a dictionary. So if you want to have you want to create a table, of, let's say, name and gender, that you do in Excel, name and gender. So that is you want to create, let's say, a dictionary of names. So that means the key that you want to access that value is the name. So you have name, then the value, name is the key, value is the name of that person. So NAM is the value, is the key, while the person's name, let's say Lekon, is the value. So that means it's a pair. You pair the key and the value together. So that is one major thing about a dictionary. So
Greater.
So how do you create a dictionary? It's still your braces. It's your braces. So you can also, in dictionary is mutable. You can alter it. So So let's say D
space
equals
space
D equals open brace,
left brace.
Let's say the school
Quote
school.
SCHOOL school. Quote.
So to pair them, you use the colon symbol to pair them.
Colon.
Then what is the value? Value is unilag.
Quote.
Unilag, not capitalizing it. It's deliberate. Okay, let me just capitalize it. So
Cap U.
So that somebody will not say it's not. You don't need to capitalize your values. So unilag.
NILAG.
Quote.
Unilag. Quote.
Comma. So comma will separate each pair. Will separate the pair. So you can space or you cannot. You may not space. So it's all this spacing is just for readability. Or for Python, if you like, as long as you put the symbols, it understands it. So the second pair, let's say location is Lagos. So we'll say quote location.
LOCATION.
Quote.
Location. Quote.
Pair it with
colon.
Then
quote.
Value is Lagos.
Semi.
Yes, sorry.
Semi.
Lagos.
LAGOS.
Quote.
Lagos. Quote. Comma.
So
space.
Year.
Quote.
Year is the key.
YEAR. Year. Quote.
Let's pair it with
colon.
1962.
9.
The year of creation, 1962.
2.
Okay. So let's close our brace.
1962. Right brace.
Okay. I'm tempted to go over it so that I can read it and to see whether there's a mistake, but let me trust my guts. So now let's run over the code. So we have D equals our dictionary. D equals open brace, school in quote, open quote, school, close quote, column, open quote, unilag, close quote. That is one pair, comma, open quote, location, close quote, colon, Lagos in quotes, comma, year in quotes, colon, 1962, not in quote. Close your brace. So enter.
Greater.
So let's retrieve our dictionary.
D. Left brace school colon, Unilag, location colon, Lagos, year colon, 1962 right brace.
Good.
Greater.
So here now we have three pairs, three keys and three values. So now how do we, if you want to access the name of our school, we'll just mention the key, then it will give us the value. So we'll say, well, there are two ways. So we can say d.get d.get
G-E-T
d.get, then parentheses
get left paren
school
S-C-H-O-O-L.
That means get me the name of the
school right paren.
I'm supposed to put it in quotes.
Right L-O-O-A-C-S left S.
So
quote.
So I'll put the school in quotes.
Quote left quote S-C-A-O-O-L right paren.
So
quote.
Now d.get school in quotes and in parentheses. Enter.
Unilag. Greater.
Good. That means get me the school in the dictionary. Unilag. So I can also say, let me go and edit that school. I can also say get me the location.
Greater right paren. Quote.
So I will delete school.
L-O-O-A-C-S.
So I'll put location.
L-O-C-A-T-I-O-N.
Enter.
Lagos. Greater.
Lagos. So that is how to get it. Another way to get it, I'm not sure this method was discussed yesterday. So I think let me say the one that was discussed yesterday, if I'm not wrong. Actually, I know that it was only one method that was discussed yesterday. So let me say D open bracket.
D left brace.
No, sorry.
Left
Open
brace.
square bracket, not brace.
Left bracket.
Left bracket. Let me say school in quotes.
Quote. S-C-H-O-O-L.
Then close quotes.
School. Quote.
Then close the
right bracket.
Right bracket. So let's see whether it will give us Unilag. Good.
Greater.
Good. So those are the two methods, two ways by which you can retrieve a key or the value. You can retrieve a value. What if you also want to retrieve the key and not the value?
Greater. D left bracket quote school quote right bracket.
So I'll go and
D
remove
left bracket
school.
quotes.
I'll go and remove school. I'll just put Unilag.
Right bracket quote.
Let me delete it.
L-O-O-H-C-S.
So let me put Unilag.
Cap U.
Remember, because I capitalized it, so it must be the same. It's case sensitive.
N-I-L-A-G.
So in quote.
Right bracket quote.
So
trace back left paren. Most recent call last right paren, colon. File quote less sting greater quote. Line 1, in less module greater. Key error colon, Unilag. Greater.
What was there on? I didn't see.
Greater. Okay. Right quote. G-A-L-I-N. Cap quote. Left bracket. D. Left bracket. D. Left quote. Cap U. N-I-L-A-G quote. Right bracket. Space.
Mistake.
Trace back.
Okay. Let me use d.get.
D. Dot. G. E.
D.get.
T.
Left paren.
Get. Left paren.
Then in quote. Unilag.
Cap U. N-I-L-A-G. Unilag. Quote.
Then close the parenthesis.
Right paren. Greater.
Then let me see. It should give me school. Should give me the key.
Greater. Right paren. Quote. G-A-L-I-N. Cap. Quote. Left paren. T. E. G. Dot. D. Dot. G. E. T. Left paren. Quote. Cap U. N-I-L-A-G. Quote. Greater.
And probably there was a mistake in the way I spelled Unilag.
Right. Quote. G. A-L-I-N. Cap U. N. Cap U.
Let me
change
it to a small letter.
U. Quote.
Well, I think I capitalized it.
Left. Quote. U. N. I. L. Greater, greater, greater.
Didn't work. So, okay. What else? Okay, so now another thing. So you can also use keys function if you want to get all the keys. You want to get all the keys in a dictionary. For instance, you want to get school, location, and year. Those are the keys. While values are Unilag, Lagos, and 1962. So you can use keys function. You can use keys function to retrieve all the keys in a dictionary.
Greater,
So
greater,
I would
greater.
say d.keys.
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 Keys. Left paren.
Left parent. Oh, no. Okay, yeah, let me close the parenthesis.
Right paren. Dict line keys left paren. Left bracket school. Location. Year right bracket right paren. Greater, greater, greater.
So what I typed is d.keys, the variable name dot keys, keys. That means give me all the keys. So I open and close, nothing inside the parenthesis. D.keys, left parent, close parent, nothing inside. Hit the enter key. It will retrieve all the keys that are inside the dictionary.
Greater, greater, greater. D.keys left paren. Right paren.
Enter.
D.keys. Dict line keys left paren. Left bracket school. Location. Year right bracket right paren. Greater, greater, greater.
I think you can also say keys.
Keys.
Keys, then inside parentheses.
Keys. Left paren.
Then put the name of the variable.
D.
D.
Right paren.
Enter.
Trace back left paren. Most.
That means it can't work. So it's d.keys that will work. Then if you also want to retrieve all the values, so you can say d.values.
D.values.
D.values, the empty parenthesis.
Values. Left paren, right paren.
So not inside the parenthesis. Enter. It will give you all the values. That is Unilag, Lagos, and 1962.
Dict line values left paren, left bracket Unilag, Lagos, 1962 right bracket right paren. Greater, greater, greater.
Good. Then you can also change. You can also change the value that is in a dictionary and replace it with another. You can replace. So let me say D, then square brackets,
D, left bracket,
1962,
1, 9, 6, 2,
close square brackets,
1962, right bracket, space,
is equal to,
equals, space,
let's say 100.
1, 0, 0.
Don't tell me it's wrong. Go.
Greater, greater, greater.
Good. So now, let's now see our new value. Let's see our new value. So we'll just say D.
D. Left brace school colon, Unilag, location colon, Lagos, year colon, 1962, 1962 colon, 100 right brace, greater, greater, greater.
Okay, I think it added to it.
Greater, greater, greater D. Left brace school colon, Unilag, location colon, Lagos, year colon, 1962, 1962 colon, 100 right brace, greater, greater, greater.
Sorry. What it did is that he added a new key, a new pair. Yes.
Greater, greater, greater D.
So let's
left
do it
brace
again.
school colon, Unilag, location colon, Lagos, year colon, 1962, 1962 colon, 100 right brace, greater, greater, greater.
Okay. So let me see how to do this. Let me skip my mind. To replace it, we can use d.replace, but for now I don't want to use it. So I want to use, okay.
Greater, greater, greater D.
D.
greater D left bracket 1962 right bracket equals 100. Left bracket 1962 right bracket.
Okay, I created a new, yeah, don't mind
0,
me.
0, 1, space, equals, space, right bracket. 2, 6, 9, 1, left
1962.
bracket. D, left bracket.
Okay.
D, left bracket.
So let me use D dot replace.
Dot. R, E, P, L, A, C, E.
D dot replace.
E, F, P, E, R, dot, D,
dot
R, E, P, L, A, C, E. Left bracket, 1, 9, 6, 2, right bracket, space, equal, space, 1, 0, 0.
1962 with 100.
Trace back left paren, most recent call last right paren, colon, file quote less sting greater quote, line 1, in less module greater, attribute error colon, dict object has no attribute replace, greater.
You can't replace, I think you should. Okay, let's remove. Okay, let's remove. Let's see if we can remove year. Okay.
Greater.
So let's see if we can remove year.
D
dot
R E M O V E.
D dot remove.
Remove. Left paren.
Okay. D dot remove. What should you remove? We want to remove year.
Quote. Y-E-A-R.
Year.
Quote.
Right paren.
Right paren. Trace back left. Greater D dot remove left paren. Quote year quote right paren. D dot remove left paren. Quote year quote right paren. Greater D dot remove left paren. Quote year quote right paren. Move left paren. Quote year quote right paren. Greater D dot remove left paren. Quote year quote right paren. Move left paren. Quote year quote right paren. Start window. Replace left greater D. Greater D left bracket 1962. Greater D dot values left paren. Right paren. Dot values left paren. Greater keys left paren. D right paren. Key, greater D left bracket 1962 right bracket equals 100. Left bracket 19. Greater D dot values left paren. Right paren. Dot values left paren. Right paren. Trace back, greater.
Okay, now, so let's see how we can add new, how we can add new pair. How we can add new pair to our dictionary. So to do that, let's create a new pair, a new dictionary. So let's create a new dictionary.
Greater.
So let's call it D1. D1.
1. D1. Space. Equals. Space.
Now, to create this new dictionary, I will use a second method, another method of creating the dictionary. So I will say, I will not use I will use the conversion method, DICT. So instead of me to say D1 equals then open brace, so I'll just say, now let me see, where am I?
Space equals,
okay.
Space.
Equals, then I will type DICT. DICT, open parentheses.
Dict, left paren.
So now I will say name equals Lekon.
N-A-E, name.
Equals,
space.
you don't need to put it in quotes.
Equals
space. Lekon, but value must be in quotes.
Quote.
Lekon.
Cap L, E, K, A, N. Lekan, quote, comma,
Comma.
space.
Age equals.
A, G, E. Age. Equals. Space.
Age equals 20.
2, 0.
Age equals 20.
20, comma, space.
Um, hobby equals.
H, O, B, B, Y, hobby. Space. Equals. Space.
Teaching.
Quote. T, A, C, A,
Okay.
A, C, A,
Okay, coming.
A, H, N, G,
Oh, let me put
N, I, A,
jumping.
C, A, E, T,
Jumping.
J, U, M, P, I, N, G,
Jumping.
jumping, quote.
So let me close the parentheses.
Right paren.
So here, let's go to the beginning of the line.
D,
D1
1, space,
equals
space, D, I, C, T.
DICT. That is the dictionary function to convert something into dictionary. So dict
Left paren.
left parentheses.
N, A, M, E, space.
Name equals
Equal, space, quote, cap, E, K, A, N.
Lekon.
Quote, comma, space, A, G, E, space.
Age equals, so the keys here, when you are doing conversion, you don't put the keys inside quotation.
E, space.
Age equals
Equal, space, 2, 0.
20.
Comma, space, H, O, B,
Hobby
B, Y, space, equals, space, quote, J, U, M, P, I, N, G, quote, right paren.
jumping.
J, I, P, M, U, J, quote.
Okay, so now let's see whether it will work.
Greater, greater, greater.
Okay, so now let's see what is our D1.
D, A.
Sorry, D1.
A. 1. Left brace name colon, Lekan, age colon, 20, hobby colon, jumping right brace, greater, greater, greater.
So this is bonus, another way of creating your dictionary. Normally I would have said D1 equals open brace, then in quote, name, colon, close quote, colon, Lekon, and then continue like that. So if I don't want to go through that, I can just use the function, the dictionary function, which is dict. So I'll just say D1 equals dict, open parentheses this time around, then name equals Lekon in quotes, age equals 22. So all the keys are not in quotes. So I can still use the same.
Greater, greater,
I
greater.
can still use d.get.
D dot G E T.
D.get in
Get. Left bracket.
square brackets name.
N M E.
So name should be in quotes.
Name. Quote. Right bracket.
So let me put
right
open quote.
E M A N. Left bracket N.
Let me put
quote.
So get me the name.
Trace back left paren.
No.
Most recent call last.
Let me check.
Greater, greater, greater D dot get left bracket quote name quote right bracket. D, right quote E M A D dot G E T left bracket.
Left bracket.
Quote.
Oh, it's not left bracket, it's left parenthesis.
Left bracket quote.
Sorry.
Left bracket.
Should be left parenthesis.
Left paren, left T, left quote N A M E quote, right bracket space.
Yes, sir.
Right bracket. 0.
Yes, sir.
0.
Left parent.
Right paren.
Right parent. So enter.
Greater, greater, greater.
So let me do it
greater,
again.
greater, greater D dot get left paren. Quote name quote right. Greater, greater, greater.
What is the problem now?
D
dot
G E T.
Get
left paren. Quote. N A M E. Name. Quote.
Then close parent.
Right paren. Greater, greater, greater.
Okay.
D.
Oh, it's D1. Sorry. I'm using D.
1.
D1. Abi, yes. D1.
D1.
Dot get.
G E T.
D1 dot get.
Get. Left paren.
Name.
Quote. N A M E. Name. Quote. Right paren.
Then enter.
Lekan. Greater.
Yes, so when you are doing coding, your attention has to be 100%, not -1, not so it has to be 100%. So you can also use that method of D left square bracket
D left bracket
name
quote N M E name quote right bracket
trace back
left
No, what's D1? Hi, wala day.
Greater, right bracket, quote, quote, left bracket, D, left bracket,
D1.
1, D1, left, quote,
Okay.
E.
So I've updated it to D1.
Lekan.
Lekon. Oh, I'm hungry. That's why. So we can also update our dictionary. So we can update our dictionary. So how do we update it? That means we want to add a new pair to the dictionary. There are different ways to do that. But let me just see one or two ways.
Greater.
So now we can say D1 this time around.
1.
I won't make that mistake.
D1 dot.
D1 dot update.
U P D A T E.
D1 dot updates.
Update. Left paren.
So left parent. So I will now say, what is that thing I want to? So let me say complexion. So let me do. So I'll put it in square brackets.
Left brace.
Complexion. Then I'll put quote. Complexion.
COM PLEXION. Complexion. Quote.
Then colon.
Colon.
Then what is complexion? Is dark.
Quote.
Dark.
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 Quote.
Then close the square bracket, the brace.
Right brace.
Okay, so enter. What happened?
D1 dot update left paren. Left brace quote complexion quote colon quote dark quote right brace. D1 dot update. D1 dot update left paren. File quote less than greater quote. Line 1. D1 dot update left paren. Left brace quote complexion quote colon quote dark quote right brace. 20 carat. Syntax error colon. Invalid syntax. Greater D1 dot update D1 dot U P D A T E left paren. Left brace. Left paren. Left brace. Quote. COMPLEXION. Quote. Colon. Quote. DARK. Quote. Right brace. Space.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
Quote. Left brace. Left paren.
Oh, okay. I didn't close the parenthesis.
Left paren.
So
left brace. Quote. COMPLEXION. Colon. Quote. DARK. Quote. Right brace. Space.
I was supposed to close the parenthesis here. You know, that's why it's okay to always close and open first.
Right paren.
So
right brace. Right paren.
Okay, let's see.
Greater.
Greater. This is the problem because I've made that mistake. So now it doesn't want to answer me again. D1. Okay, let me do add another one.
D1 dot.
D1 dot.
U P D A T E.
Update.
Left paren.
Let me close it.
Right paren. Right paren.
Then inside, let me open and close the braces.
Left brace. Right brace.
Then inside the brace.
Right brace.
Then, okay, now, so let's say height, occupation, quote.
O C U P A T O N. Occupation. Space.
Quote, sorry.
Quote.
Then colon.
Quote.
Quote. Training.
Training. Training. Quote.
Okay, I think that's all.
Right brace.
So let's start again.
D1 dot U P D A T E. Left paren. Left brace. Quote. O C U P A T I O N. Quote. Colon. Quote. TRAINING. Quote. Right brace. Right paren.
Okay.
Greater.
Okay. So now let's now see our list. I think that was a mistake I was made. I've added the but instead of me to call the function, the variable name, I didn't. So D1. D1. So this is what I was supposed to do when I added that first one, for me to see the content of the dictionary now. So let's do it now. So I've added two things, two keys, two pairs. I've added complexion and what and occupation. So let's see. So D1, enter.
Left brace name : Lekin, age : 20, hobby : jumping, complexion : dark, occupation : training right brace, greater.
Good, excellent. So that is how to add. Now, if you want to replace, we'll just do, so we'll do D1. D1, then square brackets.
D1, left bracket.
Then, so let's say I want to replace the occupation with another type of occupation. So quote, occupation,
OCUPATION,
then close quote,
occupation, quote,
then close the bracket,
right bracket,
okay,
space,
then put equals,
space,
then let's say driving,
DRIVING,
driving is being quote,
driving,
quote. So
quote,
let me go and open the quote.
D space D.
Please always remember.
Quote space quote DRIVING quote space.
Okay, so let's see.
Greater.
So I've replaced driving. I've the type of occupation that was inside the dictionary, which was training. I've replaced driving with it. I've replaced it with driving. So let's see now whether it has been updated, it has been changed or not. So D1.
D1, left brace name : Lekin, age : 20, hobby : jumping, complexion : dark, occupation : driving right brace, greater.
So that is it. That is it. Then I think with this method, you can also, let's see if it will work. If you can update it, add a new stuff to this dictionary with this new method.
Greater.
We'll just put D1.
D1, left bracket.
Left brackets, quote. Wait. After I put quote. Okay, I have
quote.
Wait.
WEIGAT.
Wait. Quote.
Wait. Quote.
Then
right bracket. Space.
Equals.
Space.
Equals 50 kg. 55 kg. I think we need to put it in quotes because it's not just ordinary kg. So we'll put it in quotes.
55 kilogram, quote, GK, 5.
So because it's not just ordinary number.
Quote, space, quote, 5, kg, quote.
So now we say
D1, left bracket,
quote,
W.
Wait in quotes.
EIGHT, quote. Right bracket. Space,
equals,
quote, 5 kg.
5 kg. So we want to use this method to add it. Let's see.
Greater.
Good. So now what this one does is that this method, if you don't want to use d.update or d1.update function, if you use this one, it will search, because we are asking it to replace weight where this 55 points want to replace a value. So now if it searches through the dictionary among the pairs and values and it did not see any value called 55, it will now create a new pair with it. It will create a new pair with it. So let's say D1.
D.
So let's see.
1. Left brace name : Lekin, age : 20, hobby : jumping, complexion : dark, occupation : driving, weight : 55 kilograms. Right brace.
So
greater.
So assuming there was a key called weight, is going to replace 55 with is going to replace what was inside that weight with 55 kilogram. But because there was nothing inside, nothing of no key like weight, so it just added it. So this is a second way of adding. What else? I think you can also do D1.items to get the items inside the dictionary.
D1 dot items.
Then open and close.
Items, left, right paren.
So nothing inside the bracket. It's parentheses.
Dict line items left paren, left paren, name, Lekin right paren, age, 20 right paren, left paren, hobby, jumping right paren, left paren, complexion, dark right paren, left paren, occupation, driving right paren, left paren, weight, 55 kilograms right paren, right bracket right paren, greater.
So these items, when you want to get the items, the list of items, the items in a dictionary, it will now put it in tuple. If you listen very well, you hear it was putting inside parentheses, left parent, name, Lekon, right parent, occupation, left parent, occupation. So that is D1.item. So that is another function. What else? I think, okay, you can also clear
greater.
So see, now we have name
N-A-N-E.
because we've not left this environment, so our name up is still there.
Access
greater. So I can clear access tag. If I want to clear the content of my string, I can just say name.clear. Name.clear.
N-A-M-E.
Name.
Dot C-L-E-A-R.
Clear, then open and close.
Clear. Left paren, right paren.
Empty. They call it empty bracket. So enter.
Trace back left paren.
No.
Most recent call last right paren, : file quote less sting greater quote, line 1, in less module greater, attribute error : str object has no attribute clear.
Okay. So that means a string does not have clear function. So let's see L list that we did earlier.
L
left
bracket banana, Lekin, mango right bracket, greater.
So now we have our list is still there: banana, mango, apple. So let's clear the content of our list. L.clear.
L dot C-L-E-A-R.
Then empty brackets, open and close.
Clear. Right paren.
Enter.
Greater.
Good. So now let's see our L now. You see that nothing will be inside the list again. It's empty.
L.
Left bracket,
right bracket.
You see?
Greater.
Left bracket, right bracket is empty. So you can also clear our dictionary. I think we have D. Let's see.
D. Left brace school : Unilag, location : Lagos, year : 1962, 100 right brace, greater.
So now we can clear the dictionary. We'll say D.clear.
D dot C-L-E-A-R. Clear. Right paren.
Empty bracket.
Greater.
Now let's get our D. You see that it's empty.
Left brace, right brace, greater.
Good. So if you type D again, you still get empty bracket.
Left brace, right brace, greater.
Now you can also delete it completely. Just say D.
D-E-L.
Del
D. Space.
Del D.
D. Greater.
Oh yeah, let's look for D. You see that the thing will tell us that there's no variable called D again because we've deleted D.
D.
Enter.
Trace back left paren, most recent call last right paren, colon, file quote less sting greater quote, line 1, in less module greater, name error colon, name D is not defined.
Name D is
Did
not
you mean colon, D1?
Did you mean D1? Name D is not defined because we've deleted D, remember? So I think we also have something like LL
L.
that we did earlier. Let me see.
Left bracket 2, 3, 4, 6 right bracket, greater greater greater.
So let's delete it. So we'll say del LL, D-E-L,
D-E-L,
space,
del, space,
LL,
L.
enter.
Greater greater greater.
It has deleted. So if we say LL again, it will tell us trace back.
L. Trace back left.
So that is it. That is another way to delete. I'm trying to think, those are kind of jaras or bonuses. What else? So in case there's any other part I have skipped, you can let me know on the group chats, and if there's any other parts you want me to explain, let me know. So once again, on behalf of Access Tech, we are sorry for the we are sorry for the glitch. It's just one of these things. So I hope this one was worth it, and let me know what you think about it. So thank you. I'm still trying to think if there's any other thing I've left out, but I think I've just covered most of the things. So thank you. Enjoy your day, and see you tomorrow or Friday. So depending on when you are listening to this recording, the Friday class may have come and gone. So, well, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Python document 1-word Python change diction Python document 1 join convert WhatsApp column data analysis documents column sharing control Windows PowerShell sharing control bar clickable button dragger button you're sharing your screen meeting controls toolbar